Hey y'all, welcome to Lone Star MTB. My name is Patrick, and today we're going to be talking about bikes while drinking a beer, because it's that kind of day. It rained yesterday, so the trails are going to be closed for a couple days, so I figured what better thing to do than do a long-term review on my BikeYoke Revive dropper post. This is the 160 mil travel version, and I've had it now for right at about 2 years. I've definitely put it through its paces. And when I got the Bronson, I actually swapped it over from my 5010. That's how much I liked it. So I've seen a few videos out there of initial thoughts and things like that, but I haven't seen anything of long-term use. And since I can't ride, I figured what better thing to do than maybe have a beer and talk about bikes. So that's what we're gonna do. So I guess we'll begin with how I came to the decision on this particular manufacturer of dropper post and not someone else. My short list was the Fox Transfer, the Crank Brothers Highline, and a really popular post around here is the KS Lev, who a lot of people will swear by. The thing that this has the ability to do that these other guys don't is if it ever needs to be serviced, their how-to video on their website is extremely easy. It doesn't take really any specialty tools or anything. And so that was a plus, which meant I could do it myself. I don't have to send it off to, say, Fox, for example, who is going to take. When I had to send a rear shock off to Fox, I got it back in about 4 weeks. And as you guys know, once you get accustomed to having a dropper, once you don't have it, you're how did I ever ride without it? It really wasn't a situation I wanted to be in. I wanted simplistic, and I wanted something that was going to be even that I could do a rebuild on if I needed to. So that led me to that. The other thing was at the time the RockShox Reverb was one of the most popular posts out there and was coming on a lot of different manufacturers as on their products as a factory component. And I had heard nothing but negative things about it, and so I really wanted nothing to do with it. I heard that they just constantly needed bleeding. I had friends who would put it in the shop, get it bled. 3 rides later, it's in the shop again, getting bled again. I wanted no part of that. This has the ability to be bled trailside. I've done it trailside a couple times. And it's one of the easiest things to do. And I'll show you guys how to do that here in just a minute. So why don't I go ahead and I'll put you guys on the chesty cam, and then you can get a better view. And then I have 2 hands to actually show you guys how it works and go into some of the other details with it and whatnot that make me really love the post still after 2 years of having it. All right, hold on. That guy right there, 2 free hands. Trailside bleed. This is what separated this guy from any of the other manufacturers that I looked at, and why it was really difficult for me to actually consider anybody else really is 4 mil Allen key. That's it. That's all you need to reset it. I've only had to do it a couple times on the trail. Usually it's because I've had the seat down and had the bike in a somewhat funky position, or for some reason if it's upside down, sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't. I don't know why, but every once in a while it'll absorb just a little bit of air, and you'll get the seat to feel a little spongy and squishy, and it'll have just ever so slightly a little bit of play in it. But this is really, really easy. So if you look underneath right here, it says reset. 4 mil goes in. That opens the valve. It pushes a rod down. That opens the valve. Push down. That bleeds all and any air in the system out. Close the valve. And then you'll come over to the triggy. Right? Push it. Pops back up. Reset's done. It's that simple. I love it. It's that simple. Takes all of 10 seconds. and I've had to do zero maintenance on this for 2 years. 2 years, lots and lots of miles, races, mud, and the only thing that I have to do on the regular is just with a microfiber cloth. I'll come in after rides, you know, it's a little dusty, and wipe it down just like you would your stanchions. Same kind of maintenance. Other than normal stuff, the only other things I've had to do maintenance wise is the triggy works off of the same type of cable that your shifter does. So it's a shifter cable that's in there. I've had to replace that. Just as time has gone on, it's kind of hard to get lubricant down in there. So it's just easier and cheaper to just pull the cable and replace it. The other thing I've had to do is after a muddy race, I had to pull the dropper and clean. There's a white little sponge type of material that's at the bottom of the post, and I'm assuming that's to help keep mud and just grime and whatnot from getting into the post somehow. The post was kind of slow going up and down, didn't quite sound right either, so I pulled the post, pulled that little sponge out, cleaned it, put it back in, dropped the post back into the frame, good as new. Those are the only things I've had to do, which are, I would consider to be regular maintenance, not really any different than, say, lubing your chain, or but less frequently actually. So if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you'd like to see more. I'm actually going to do my first downhill race next weekend at Spider Mountain. I'm a little nervous about that because I've never done a downhill race. And it's a pretty chunky line that they're going to have. So hopefully I'll get some good video for that, and I'll get it out to you guys next week. And until then, like, subscribe, give me a comment if you have any other questions about it. And I guess that's all I've got for you guys. So until next time, go outside and play.